The question on all of our minds, is this real life? No, it's not. This is the simulation. Hello everyone and welcome to The Simulation, the show meant to bring you closer to your favorite simulation games than ever before. I'm your host, Curtis Parody, and on today's show we're going to kick it all off by recapping the news of this past month and some really cool things that will be happening real soon. Then I had a chance to sit down and talk to fellow YouTuber James from The Sim Supply all about the next upcoming version of The Sims, that being The Sims 4. And we're going to end the show off by looking around the community to see what other amazing simmers are doing with this awesome game. So to start it all off, let's jump right into the news. Alright, kicking off our news segment here, let's talk about a big game that was launched last month, that being The Sims 3 Island Paradise. It was released for all of us fans, and the first impressions, of course, it appears to be pretty good. Having played the game myself and looking at what others in the community are saying about it, it's been well received. The new expansion pack for The Sims 3 adds new houseboats, resort management, and an awesome new island world for all of us to enjoy. If you haven't already picked up your copy of the game, it's on store shelves now, or you can go and check out Origin and download it right onto your computer. Well, from an expansion pack that we can all buy now to one that's coming out in the near future that's all about the future. Yes, it's The Sims 3 Into the Future, the next and last expansion pack for The Sims 3. Into the Future adds a brand new world only accessible by the new time portal. Once your Sims arrive in the future, they can start enjoying the technology and green-filled world. From hover cards and hoverboards to jetpacks and the new and improved plumb bots to help make your Sims life just that much easier. The Sims 3 Into the Future will be available in retail stores and on Origin on October 22nd of this year. And if you want to learn more about this new expansion pack, you should totally check out the live broadcast where we get a walkthrough of some of the cool new parts of the game. Along with that new pack, EA also announced the next stuff pack for the game, allowing your Sims to enjoy the movie world for real. The Sims 3 Movie Stuff Pack brings those movie set items into the game for you to enjoy. This pack will be available for purchase on September 10th of this year. Continuing to push along with all of the news here because there's so much to talk about, let's talk about Gamescom at the end of the month. EA will be among the many different gaming companies at this event, and they have some pretty awesome things to show all of us. Among the many titles that they will be showing off at this event, The Sims 4 will be one of them. That's right, this will be the very first time we get to see the next generation game. But along with that, EA is also hosting another amazing event for the first time that I know about. It's called Sim Camp. Yes, that's right, Sim Camp, full of many fun sim-inspired games and other stuff like that, at least I would guess. But then again, I don't have to guess because I'm going to be there. Yes, that's right, if you're heading to Gamescom at the end of the month, then there is a high chance you may be able to meet myself and many other awesome simmers that you see right here on YouTube. I personally can't wait to get my hands on the new game and actually play it for the very first time, and along with all that, I might actually get to meet many of you who watch this very show, which could be super sweet. And if you can't make it to Gamescom, then don't worry, EA will be live streaming the keynote where they will be showing off The Sims 4, and of course you can follow myself and many other simmers on Twitter or here on YouTube for many updates during the event. From all the awesome Sim Camp type news, let's jump into the world of SimCity. Though it's had a pretty bumpy start, I'm not sure things are gonna get much better in the future. Recently, Ocean Quigley left Maxis and EA to actually start his very own gaming company. This is highly due to the failure of SimCity's game launch at the beginning of the year, but EA is attempting to fix that. In a recent survey sent out to fans of the game, EA asked questions about things like larger maps and new forms of transport, which of course would be awesome because of the #1 problem I have with the game is the fact that the maps are just too small. They don't truly allow you to create an awesome city, though I suppose you could make a great town. Maybe the game should be renamed to SimTown, that might work a lot better. Or not, maybe that's why I don't design video games. But of course I do play them from time to time, and I think it's time that we jump into the game with a brand new building tutorial. Check it out. Alright everyone, so here we are. I've created a simple house here because today I want to demonstrate roofing techniques because there's a couple different ones going on inside of this house and I thought it would be fun to take a look at them. Now I can't go through the entire process of course laying out all of the different type of roofs here, but I do want to go over a few different things. Now, of course, there's a whole slew of different options inside of the roofing area, and there's a ton of different stuff we can get into. Now, I'm just going to kind of cover the basics. Now, of course, there are the auto roofs, which you can turn on, which do different things like this, and obviously You can change things into like that or like that, kind of however you really want. But we're going to go back to the roof that I created myself, which is right here. Now, of course, it looks a little bit differently than the computer-generated ones, and I think it looks a little bit better. Now, there's a couple of cool different things here. If you ever come across a roof, or maybe you've created a roof and you want to get rid of it right now, you can, of course, turn roofs off, so you can remove all of the roofs and start from scratch here. Of course, you can turn auto roofs off. You can adjust the height of different roofs by this slider right here, and if you have any different roofs from the World Adventures pack, like these guys down here, right here, boop, if I open up that, you'll be able to adjust the actual sides of them too, right here. So you can see you can curve it down, you can curve it up however you feel. So those are kind of some cool little additions into the game as well. We will put those back because I need those back here. So some cool things, obviously you can see the circular roof that we've done up here, the dome. Those ones are kind of fun to do. I can show you how to do that right away. There's a couple different ways that I've done this. You can drag from the corner out and you get a big dome. You can drag from one side to one side to get like a medium dome. If you drag just straight across, you get this smaller little dome in the center, which is kind of a simple thing like that. We also have dormers here. Now dormers are also a fun little thing. If you notice, if I take the roofs down, you'll see that there's actually a bunch of walls inside of here, and then there's just a roof over top. That allows you to put little tiny roofs on top of that. It's very simple, and then you can actually create this dormer effect, which looks really cool, and you can even have an attic up here if you wish. So you can add the dormers just by going like this, dragging over top, boom, created a dormer. And the fun thing with the front piece here, we're going to grab this half gable and just drag it across. You can then, of course, drag up and down on these. You can just use this slider right here, the roof selection slider, to actually drag this down. So it's very simple. You can do a lot of really cool things with roofs inside of the games, and I think you should just dive right in and actually try it out, because you could have a really cool roof like this, or of course you could let the computer create a roof and it could turn out like that. Or it could turn out like this, or like that. However you really want. If you want one of those, or you could have something that looks as simple as that. So hopefully you find that helpful in the future when you're building your own homes inside of The Sims 3. Now moving on to The Sims 4, I thought we should talk to someone in the community all about this because it is being previewed at the end of the month, and who better to talk to than James from The Sims Supply, who joins me today. So James, what do you expect from The Sims 4?
I honestly, I don't know. Like, I look at The Sims 3, I'm like, this is a good game. It has pretty much what I would expect from it, but I don't know what the big feature would be, but I just expect there's going to be a lot of optimizations of what we already have. So it's going to be a lot smoother and a lot just more well put together, you know, like from ground up, done well. As for the big feature, they keep mentioning Sims, so there's going to be something to do with that. There's going to be more sort of involvement with Sims. I don't know. Other than that, I really don't have any ideas.
All right, now on to the big question here, James, because you know I have to ask it. What do you think the first expansion pack for The Sims 4 will be? And when do you think we can expect it to be released?
I don't know. I guess, well, if it does come out early 2014, which who knows, might be delayed till late 2014, like Sims 3 and Sims 2 were both delayed. So, you know, that might happen. And if that does, it'll probably be about 6 months after base game, maybe a bit less. I don't know. I guess something like that. If it's early 2014, probably maybe September-ish 2014, you might see an expansion, something like that, I guess. I don't know.
All right, that makes sense. So look out in Christmas of 2014 because there may just be a new expansion pack for The Sims 4. Now, one thing I would like to touch on here is the multiplayer aspect. EA has already said that in the game it will not require an internet connection, but I feel that doesn't rule out the fact that there may be an option for multiplayer. What do you think about that?
Well, didn't they say some of there were online features, but it wasn't required to be online? I think that's kind of where they were going to it. So, like, the main game is going to be offline, but there's going to be some sort of multiplayer in The Sims 4. Like, pretty much every game nowadays has multiplayer of some sort of somewhere in it. And I think that's definitely going to be a part of it. They're just trying to make the emphasis that it's not required. You don't have to do it, I think.
Now, if it does go into the online multiplayer aspect, do you think it'll be like The Sims Online from multiple years ago, or will it be like another thing?
I don't know. Like, I don't know if it would be like that, or maybe just regular Sims, but you can walk around with your friends or something. I don't know. Sims is kind of a weird game for multiplayer. Like, if you did it like The Sims Online, then it turns into a kind of a weird sort of MMO kind of styled game, which I don't think The Sims is. So I guess it's kind of hard to say what it would be, but I would suspect that it would just be like, kind of like in SimCity, how you each have your own little part, and you play in that part and you can visit the others, I reckon. Probably something like that, maybe? I don't know.
Sounds like it could be a pretty interesting game if what you say is true. Now, of course, I can't let you go without asking about your channel here on YouTube, just in case everyone watching this, of course, doesn't know what you do. Can you explain it a bit?
Yeah, for sure. Like on my channel, I do like house building videos. There's not really any schedule to it, but I try to do at least a couple a month or maybe more than that. And then I have a ton of Let's Plays I'm doing, especially for Island Paradise, going crazy with those Let's Plays. So much fun, great expansion. And I'm trying to keep up to date with Sims 4 news as well, so as soon as something happens, I try to produce a video for you guys to see. Usually a couple of hours after it's been announced or something like that, because it takes a bit of time to edit. But other than that, yeah, it's like house building, Let's Plays, and news really is what I'm doing over there, so...
That sounds awesome. Now, of course, if you would like to check out the Sim Supply channel for yourself, just head over to youtube.com/thesimsupply. There you'll find all of James's videos, and hey, when you're there, why not subscribe? Thanks, James, again for joining me here on the show today. I can't wait to see all of the other awesome content that you produce.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Now, moving away from James himself onto the rest of the community, let's take a look at what all of you guys are producing with this awesome game. All right, everyone, time for the last segment of the show, the Community Spotlight. A chance for me to highlight and feature some of the amazing people inside of the simming community and show off what awesome content they're producing with the game. First up in this episode's Community Spotlight is Prom Diva 24's awesome Sims 3 inspired machinima. Using the game and some awesome, amazing voice actors, she puts together some pretty interesting machinima videos. If you're a fan of this type of video, be sure to check out her channel and, of course, subscribe. From the world of machinima to playing the game itself, if you're looking for a fun and entertaining new Let's Player, check out Awesomeness Jack on his channel, Slurp Nation. Bringing you fun Let's Plays of The Sims and other games, you never know what you'll see him playing. You can check out his full channel at youtube.com/slurpnation. Next, let's talk about building and Simtastic Builder, a fun new builder who I think you should all go and subscribe to. Go and check out his channel for yourself to see more amazing videos just like the one you're seeing right now. And last but certainly not least, let's jump into the world of SimCity, where we meet Clyde Jr. or Peter, a fun Let's Player of both SimCity and The Sims, along with many other fun games. His commentary is extremely entertaining, and if you're a sucker for a guy with an accent, boom! This guy's your man. You can go and check out all of his awesome videos over on his channel, a link to that and everyone else's channel that I featured here on the show in the description below. That's it for this episode's Spotlight, but now it's your time to shine because I want to see all of the amazing content that you may be creating with The Sims 3 or SimCity. You can send an email to now@paradisemedia.ca, including links to all of your content online and a short write-up about yourself and the content you create. It doesn't need to be long, just something simple. Well, everyone, that's it for this episode of The Simulation. If you enjoyed the show today, don't forget to hit up that subscribe button and like. Also, if you're interested in getting in contact with me, you can on the show's Facebook page at facebook.com/TheCurtisParody I'm also on Twitter, twitter.com/TheNowNews. And of course, if you're interested in emailing me, the email address again is now@paradisemedia.ca. Also, don't be afraid to check out our website at thenow.ca, where you can find all of the episodes of this show, along with the other shows that I produce, like Now, a fun news show that happens throughout the week right here on this channel. So until next time, I'm Curtis Parody. Happy simming.